Climate in 2 minutes.
Welcome to the second part of our special coverage on the recently concluded COP26. This time, we'll discuss the highlights and lowlights of the event and how will the outcomes of the COP26 will impact the Philippines. An important development was the Glasgow's Leaders' Declaration on Forest and Land Use, where 110 countries, covering about 85% of the world's forests, signed a joint pledge and commitment to end deforestation by 2030. There is also a movement on cutting global methane emission of the world, where more than 100 countries signed up the Global Methane Pledge early in the summit, including major emitters like Brazil, Nigeria, and Canada. Over 40 countries pledged to phase out coal in a new deal, titled the Global Coal to Clean Power Transition Statement. However, notable absentees from the pledge are China, India, and the United States, which accounts for 72% of global coal consumption combined. Climate negotiators also closed a deal setting rules for carbon markets and adopting Article 6 of the 2015 Paris Agreement, allowing countries to partially meet their climate targets by buying offset credits representing emission cuts by others. However, a notable update at COP26 was India's announcement of updated climate targets, pledging to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2070. This is despite scientists have been telling the world that greenhouse gas emissions should be halfway in the next decade to reach net zero emissions by 2050 and to keep global temperatures from surpassing the 1.5 degrees Celsius level. With new pledges and commitments announced, another notable failure stands out: the non-fulfillment of world leaders to keep their promise of making 100 billion US dollars available for developing nations to help mitigate and adapt to the impact of climate change. This was first promised at the 2009 UN Climate Summit in Copenhagen. Despite all of the highlights and lowlights of this global event, the true test of COP26 will be the delivery of promises. The next 18 months are crucial in determining whether countries take action aligned to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now, what's in it for the Philippines? As one of the nations most vulnerable to the impacts of the climate crisis, increased commitments to limit global warming is of vital importance, as the country could expect more extreme climate impacts such as storms, droughts, and sea level rise to hit in the coming decades. Thus, one particular which is securing climate finance for the implementation of the country's adaptation and mitigation programs can help the Philippines hit its NDC target of reducing carbon emissions by 75% by 2030. This includes an energy transmission mechanism and further promotion of sustainable investment through public finance, investments in green programs, and sustainable financing projects within the nation. And this has been our special coverage of the recently concluded COP26. See you in the next episode of Climate in 2 Minutes.